dive into the next call. Yeah, that one went long. Let's see if we can shoot through a couple. Weaver in Missouri. You're talking to Eric and
Hi,
Thomas. We're doing good. We don't have a whole lot of time, so we got to know, let's dive right into it.
This shouldn't take too long.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, first off, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I absolutely love the show. I found it back in January, and I've been watching it ever since.
Cheers.
So, what I want to get into is the premise of God as a whole.
Okay.
I'm not a Christian. I grew up as one, but I'm more on the atheist side now.
Okay.
If God does exist, he's not the God from the Bible. He's not the God from the Quran. He does not care about us. If he does exist,
he doesn't
care.
I mean,
why does it have to have a penis?
Get out of my head. Get out of my head. What's the use of said holy penis?
I've watched Talk Heathen before.
I know. Well, but let's say I don't know the character of God, right? I haven't seen a convincing argument yet, but I'm open to it, and that's why we do this show, because we want to continue to be open to it.
Like I said, I'm leaning more on the atheist side, so I don't honestly believe he's real because I don't have the evidence for it. But all I'm saying is, if he does exist, he doesn't care about us. Or why would he care about what ants think about him?
Honestly.
Why would he force us? Yeah, why would he give us free will and then tell us, you have no choice but to worship me, or you're going to suffer in all eternity?
Yeah.
I did a video on this topic called "Is God an Alien from Outer Space?" and it looks at five different ideas for God that are more plausible than the God of the Bible. And
I think that was actually the next video I was going to be watching from you, because I subbed to your channel probably about 2 months ago.
Oh, Cheers. Cool. So in that video, I break down and look at some different ideas. And like one of them is Isaac Asimov's The Last Question, or The Final Question. It's a short story, and it looks at how our technology eventually gets us to the point where we become like gods. You know, it's based off of the idea that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic or indistinguishable from deities, depending on if you're going with who was it that coined the first one?
That's okay. We get the point. We're short on time.
Yeah, but so essentially, though, you could have a God that is. I don't know if there's anything outside of our universe. I don't know if we're in a multiverse. I don't know is the safest thing to say. But if there was a Men in Black style, you zoom all the way out and it's just aliens playing, marbles with our universes or with our galaxies, then if that was the case, even if they sparked it or created it in some type of lab experiment for their, high school science class, what's to say that they could actually engage in or go into our universe and actually have a son that's born of a human?
You too. I'm glad but we need to move on. All right. Thank you, Weaver.
Again, happy birthday, Eric. And
thank you, brother.
I'll probably call him the next time I have a topic.
Sounds good. Take care, brother.
All right.
I appreciate it. But who cares? Who cares?
Well, no, I think,
who cares?
I do, and
why?
I'll tell you why. Because this is so crucial and so important, because you'll have people that come up with these, logical proofs or arguments.
So
why don't you wait?
Why don't you wait until they present it to you, and then move into it? But why would you give an answer without a question?
But he made the statement that even if a God existed, the fact that it would be necessarily this God is an extremely far-fetched conclusion. And I wanted to run with it and say, yes, I 100% agree with you. Even if, and I don't think that it's the case that there are, sound logical proofs for God, but even if there were, and even if we could, conclusively show some first cause, that does not mean that it's the God of the Bible. And that does not mean that there's a shred of truth in this. Just saying.
Yeah, I mostly believe. I'm mostly with you on most of that. There are some things in the Bible that are just, descriptions of things that are true about the world that we live in. So I'm not saying it's 100%.
I'm not saying it's 100%.
I want to make sure that we clear that.
There are things in the Bible that I think were accurate.
And then the other thing is you need to be able to have something else to be able to justify it, because one thing cannot in and of itself justify itself. And you had earlier stated there's nothing in here that shows that it's justified. It can't. Even if it was completely through and through consistent, you would still need verification and justification to be able to accept it, right? I can,
Yes.
it's,
But it's not consistent.
but even if it was.
Even if it was, then
Yeah.
yes, I grant that.
All right. So we need to go quickly.